All right. Let's dive into something I bet a lot of you are thinking about right now. Exams.
Yeah.
Specifically, how can we use AI to really prep for midterms and finals? We're not just talking about passing here. We're going to explore how to use these new AI tools to really understand the material and make studying more efficient
Thank you.
and maybe even, enjoyable.
That's the goal. We'll be focusing on two powerful AI tools, NotebookLM
Yeah.
and MagicSchool AI. And we'll be looking at specific techniques to make studying smarter.
So not harder.
Yeah.
I like it. You shared some really interesting sources about using spaced repetition and AI. So let's start with spaced repetition. I've heard of it, but to be honest, it always sounded kind of complicated.
Right.
What exactly is spaced repetition, and why is it such a game changer for exam prep?
Think about, that feeling you get when you cram the night before a test,
Oh, yeah.
and then a week later, it's like you never even looked at the material? That's the forgetting curve. Spaced repetition is all about combating that curve by spacing out your review sessions strategically. So instead of one massive cram session, you revisit the material at increasing intervals. Maybe a quick review the next day, then again a few days later, and so on.
Oh, okay.
This helps solidify the information in your long-term memory.
So it's not just about, how much you study, it's about when you study.
Yeah.
It's like tricking your brain into thinking that this information is actually important.
Exactly. And the cool thing is there's actual science behind this. It's based on something called the psychological spacing effect, which has been studied and proven to be effective. Your brain is more likely to remember something if you encounter it multiple times with spaces in between.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But how does AI fit into all of this?
Right.
How can we use AI to make spaced repetition even more effective?
Well, imagine this. You're taking notes, highlighting textbook passages,
Right.
maybe even creating flashcards. Now, instead of managing all of that manually, you can upload everything into an AI tool like NotebookLM.
Okay.
It can then analyze your materials and create a personalized study guide,
Wow.
pulling out key terms, central ideas, and even generating practice questions tailored to your specific content.
Wait, hold on. So it's not just like summarizing my notes.
Yeah.
It's actually understanding them
Right.
and figuring out what's most likely to be on the exam. That's next level.
It is. And it gets even better. NotebookLM can also take your notes and turn them into an audio overview.
Okay.
Imagine having your own personalized podcast episode that summarizes your study material in a clear and concise way.
Whoa.
You can listen to it while you're commuting, working out, or just taking a break from staring at your textbooks.
Okay, that's seriously cool.
Yeah.
It's like having a study buddy who distills all the important stuff and then reads it to you.
Exactly.
But what about those moments when you're studying, you get stuck, in a specific concept? Like when you just need a quick explanation or clarification.
NotebookLM has you covered there too. It has an interactive Q&A feature.
Really?
So let's say you're struggling with a particular physics equation. You can literally ask NotebookLM a question about it, and it will pull from your notes
Oh, wow.
and give you a targeted answer based on the specific way you've been learning about it. It's like having a personal tutor on demand.
I'm starting to see how powerful this could be. It's not just about making studying easier. It's about making it more effective.
Yeah.
And more personalized.
Right.
So we've talked a lot about NotebookLM. What about MagicSchool AI? How does that fit into all of this?
Well, MagicSchool AI is more focused on empowering teachers.
Okay.
But it has some amazing features that can benefit students, especially when it comes to exam preparation. One of the key features is what's called a study bot.
A study bot.
Yes. This is like having a virtual study buddy
Oh, cool.
who can help you review material, quiz you on key concepts, and even provide personalized feedback on your progress.
So it's like having a study partner who's always available and never gets tired of going over the same material again and again.
Exactly. And the best part is it can be tailored to your specific needs. You can tell the study bot which topics you're struggling with, and it will focus on those areas.
This is all sounding incredibly helpful. So we've got these two amazing AI tools, NotebookLM and MagicSchool AI.
Yeah.
Now let's talk strategy. How do we actually use these tools to create a killer exam prep plan?
Well, first, you need to think about what works best for you.
Okay.
Do you learn best by listening?
Mm-hmm.
Then focus on that audio overview feature of NotebookLM
Right.
and listen to your personalized podcast Are you more visual?
Okay.
Then use NotebookLM and MagicSchool AI to create study guides and flashcards.
So it's all about finding the right tools
Mm-hmm.
and techniques that match, my learning style and preferences.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of AI. It allows us to create these personalized learning experiences that are tailored to our individual needs.
I love that. But, let's be real. Even with the coolest AI tools, studying for exams can still be kind of daunting. What are some specific study techniques that work particularly well when you're using AI?
Well, one technique I highly recommend is called AI Teachback.
AI Teachback.
Yeah, sometimes called AI teaching assignments. It's based on the idea that the best way to learn something is to teach it to someone else.
So I'm teaching the AI. How does that actually work?
Think of it like explaining a concept to a friend or a study partner.
Hmm.
The AI becomes your student. You break down the information, you provide examples, and you try to anticipate any questions they might have. This process forces you to engage with the material on a deeper level
Okay.
and really solidify your understanding.
That makes a lot of sense. And I bet it's way more engaging than just, passively reading through notes
Mm-hmm.
or highlighting a textbook. It's like turning studying into a conversation.
Exactly. And the AI can actually provide feedback
Oh, wow.
and ask clarifying questions, just like a real student would. This helps you identify any gaps in your understanding and refine your explanations.
So we've got AI Teachback.
Hmm.
What other techniques work well with these tools?
Another great technique is creating what are called study tests.
Study tests.
Now, we're not talking about those big anxiety-inducing exams that you take in class.
Right.
These are low-stakes quizzes that you create for yourself
Okay.
to gauge your understanding of the material.
So it's like I'm giving myself a mini exam before the real deal.
Exactly. And MagicSchool AI can actually help you create these study tests. You just input the specific topics you want to cover, and it generates questions that are aligned with the material.
Well, that sounds really useful,
Mm.
especially because it takes the guesswork out of creating my own quizzes,
Yeah.
and it ensures that the questions are actually relevant to the exam.
Right. And another benefit is MagicSchool AI can provide you with feedback on your performance. It can tell you which areas you're doing well in and which areas you need to focus on.
This is all sounding like a game changer for exam prep. But I'm curious, are there any downsides or potential pitfalls that we should be aware of when we're using AI for studying?
Um, well, it's important to remember that AI is a tool. It's not a magic bullet.
Right.
It can enhance your study efforts, but it can't replace them entirely. You still need to put in the time and effort to engage with the material, think critically, and make connections.
So it's not about letting the AI do all the work for me.
Right.
It's about using it strategically to make my study time more effective and enjoyable.
Exactly. And another potential pitfall is becoming too reliant on the AI. It's important to remember that the AI is only as good as the information you feed it.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're not actively thinking about the material and making your own connections, you're not going to learn as effectively.
That's a really good point. It's all about finding that balance between, using the AI to enhance my understanding
Mm-hmm.
and relying on my own brain power to really make the information stick.
Absolutely. And remember, AI is constantly evolving. The tools we have today are just the beginning. As the technology advances, we can expect even more sophisticated and personalized learning experiences powered by AI.
I'm really excited about the possibilities, but for now, let's focus on what we can do right now to make the most of these tools.
Okay.
But for now, take what you've learned, apply it to your own exam prep, and go crush it.
We believe in you.
And remember, learning is a journey. Enjoy the process. Never stop exploring. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, happy studying.